All right, joining us now, MLB Trust. I call him Jim Bowden, of course, our front office expert here. And Jim, I want to look at some of those buyers and sellers when we break down and look at it here. I want to look at the Mets and Cubs, those two possible trade partners as we get closer to August.
Yeah, and we're only 56 days away from the trade deadline, which this year is August 2nd at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And the Mets and Cubs have already had conversations. The Mets, of course, feel like they have a team that can win the World Series, especially if they get Jacob deGrom and Max Scherzer back as expected in the next month or so. And so they talked to the Cubs because the Cubs match up with them in a very interesting trade possibility. Number one, the Mets want to try to improve the bullpen. Dave Roberts is having an unbelievable comeback season for the Cubs. He would fit nicely in the bullpen, trying to set up Diaz. And also Wilson Contreras, the catcher of the Cubs, who's expected to be a free agent at season end. He's going to be a bat that a lot of teams are going to be chasing, not just because of the position of catcher, but also for the DH spot. This kid can hit. He's got power. He's having a good year. In fact, he's having the best offensive year of any catcher in the National League. The Mets have expressed interest in both Robertson and Contreras, and certainly that would be a really good fit in a Mets-Cubs type of transaction.
We'll see how that pans out. Both, of course, trying to improve, as you just mentioned, those sides of the ball. How about the Braves as buyers? And then you have two sellers in the A's and Reds on this trade possible.
Well, Atlanta, look, they know they need to get another starter. Charlie Morton is not pitching like he has in the past, and they're not getting any production from that fifth starter position. And the Braves know how good the Mets are right now, and if they're going to defend their title, they need another starting pitcher. Now, the two best starting pitchers expected to be dealt, Frankie Montas of the Oakland Athletics and Luis Castillo of the Cincinnati Reds. Now, Oakland's done the heavy lifting and selling, right? They did in the offseason when they sent Matt Chapman to Toronto. Chris Bassett went to the New York Mets. Matt Olson went to Atlanta, but they got one more big piece to sell, and that's Frankie Montas, although they also might end up trading Ramon Laureano if he continues to hit the way he has in the last week. But there's no doubt that the Reds and the A's as sellers are going to do really well because it looks like they're going to have the two best starting pitchers that are actually traded between now and the deadline.
All right, you got buyers here for the Padres. We saw what happened to them last night, but the Royals or Pirates on the other end of a possible deal between those three, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, look, the San Diego Padres need to find a way to improve the outfield and add another hitter. They're going to get Fernando Tatis Jr. back, hopefully sometime in the beginning of July. But they could use some more production. They're not getting a lot of production in their outfield. And the Kansas City Royals left fielder Andrew Benettendi, who won the Gold Glove Award a year ago, is hitting around .320 right now and is getting on base and would create traffic. He would be a really good fit with the Padres, not just defensively, but you put him near the top of the lineup and allow the Machados and the Tatises and the Voits and the Hosmers to have another guy on base, create more fastballs, and hopefully score more runs. The Royals also will listen to offers on Whit Merrifield, who also would fit with the Padres, who like versatile players that can play different positions, second, short, third, etc. The Pirates as sellers, besides the bullpen, like they've got David Bednar available, but the Pirates have outfielder Brian Reynolds hitting .222 right now, having a down year. But he's the guy that A.J. Preller, the GM of the Padres, has been chasing pretty hard. And speaking of Bednar, let's talk about the Boston Red Sox, who are also buyers, playing really well right now under Alex Cora, but they really need a bullpen arm. They need a guy to close games. And the Pirates, with David Bednar, have a guy that has 10 saves and an ERA of 1.33, and perhaps they could trade for Bednar and Reynolds with their farm system. Tristan Casas would be a guy the Pirates would love to get their hands on. Other guys that could be traded to Boston are the Barlows, right? Scott Barlow at Kansas City, Joe Barlow at Texas. One thing's for sure, the Red Sox are going to get a reliever at some point. And I had one GM tell me a couple of days ago, he thinks the trading's going to begin in June. It's not even going to wait till July this year, because with the draft now in July during the All-Star game, GMs are spending a lot of time right now working on trades earlier than ever before. It's going to be fascinating, no doubt about it, Brandon.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.